going to look at one final example for union and intersection of sets. Again, before we begin the example, let's review our terms. Remember that the union means to merge your two sets together with no repeats on the elements. The symbol for union is a U. Intersection means that we write down what the sets have in common. The symbol for intersection is an N. And the complement of a set means that we're looking at the elements that are not in the original set, and our symbol is the apostrophe. So for our example, let's say that our universal set has the letters A, B, C, K, L, M, P, R. Set A has the letters in the word back. Set B has the letters in the word pack. And set C has the letters in the word lamp. So we want to begin by finding the intersection of sets A and B. So remember that the intersection are the elements in common between the two sets. So we can see that both sets have an A, both sets have a C, and both sets have a K. The next part of the problem asks us to union set B and set C. So remember, union means to merge the two sets. So I'm going to write down the elements in set B, and next to it I'm going to put the elements in set C. And then I need to look for any duplications. So I see that I have an A in both sets, and I believe that that's the only duplication. The next part asks us to do the complement of A intersected with the complement of C. So let's begin with writing down the complement of A. So remember that we're comparing set A back to the universal set. So for the complement, I'm going to look at what is in set A and mark it off in set U. So set A has a B, set A has an A, set A has a C, and set A has a K. So A complement will be the letters that are left. So L, M, P, and R. Now we're going to do the same thing with set C. So I'll compare set C to the universal set and mark off the letters in C. So C contains L, A, M, P. So the complement will be the letters that are left, which will be B, C, K, and R. We now want to do the intersection of these two sets. So we're looking at the elements that these two sets have in common. So it appears that the only element that they have in common is going to be the R. All right, we're going to take this same example and work a few more problems. So our next problem asks us to first, remember in the order of operations, we will always work inside the parenthesis first. So first we want to do B intersect C. So looking at these two sets, what do they have in common? They both have a P, they both have an A, and that's it. So the intersection will be P and A. Now the other part involves set A. So I'm going to write down set A. And the problem asks me to do a union, which means that I'm going to merge these two sets together. So I'm going to write down set A, And then I'm going to write down the intersection that we had, which was P and A. And remember, on a union, you need to check and make sure that there aren't any elements duplicated. There are actually two A's, so I'm going to erase one of the A's. And then we have our answer. Our next part asks us to take set C. So set C has L, A, M, P, and A complement. So A complement is going to be found by comparing the elements in A back to the universal set. So set A has B, A, C, K. So A complement will have the remaining elements L, P, M, R. So now that we have our two sets, we want to intersect the two sets. So we want to write down anything that is common between the two sets. They both have an L, they both have an M, and they both have a P. So for our final example, again, we have a set of parentheses. So we're going to work inside the parenthesis first. We're going to come up with A union C. So we'll merge set A with set C. And again, every time we do a union, we want to check for duplicates. I can see that I have two A's, so I want to get rid of that A. And now we have our union. Notice now we want to do the complement of that union set. So I'm going to go back to my universal set and I'm going to mark off everything that is in the union. So B, A, C, K, L, M, and P. So that only leaves me with an R. Then I need to note set B. So set B has the elements P, A, C, and K. And then finally, the problem asks me to do an intersection between these two sets. And so as I look at those two sets, I see that those two sets have nothing in common. So the final answer will just be the empty set.